So it's a pleasure to be here today. And today there's a reason why we have this amazing family in front of us right now. And the whole point of doing this is to inspire millions of people out there, kids, teenagers, parents, young adults who suffer from eczema, who suffer from psoriasis, which are autoimmune conditions where your own body starts to attack your skin. Your own cells start to attack your skin. And while today we have access to the internet and to Google and social media, and there's a whole population that thinks that conditions like this can never get healed, can never go into remission. Number one, it's not a disease, it's a condition. Because your immune system behaves erratically, it starts to attack your skin, and that's how you have those particular skin issues. The point is there is a trigger. There is something that causes your immune system to attack you. The same thing with arthritis, which is autoimmune. Something attacks your joints and your cartilages. And it's the same thing with lupus and multiple sclerosis and other autoimmune conditions. So if you can find the root cause and you can take care of that root cause and relax the immune system, your entire condition can go into remission. And here we have today is Aditya, who is now 2 years later than from where he came to us with his hands covered with psoriasis. And today, if Aditya can just show us his hands, he's completely cleared up, And it's going to be great for us to actually post a picture of his hands before this. So you can actually see how his body has healed him. And I say his body's healed him because none of us ever heal anyone. No doctors, no nutritionists, no. We can enable the body, but finally the body heals itself. And the beauty is today we have his parents with us because yes, parents, the love, the support, the unconditional, compassion that you can get from a parent is also a powerful healing drug. We've been exposed to families where there is so much of turmoil and anxiety created by the parents, which now transcends to the child. And the children cannot heal from their autoimmune conditions because they are in an area of toxic fights and all of that happening. So sometimes for a child to heal or an adult to heal, it is also important beyond nutrition and allopathy to see how we create an environment where there's love, there's forgiveness, there's acceptance, there's tolerance, and all of these things together. So we have Aditya with us today. As you can see, his hands are completely clean. Of course, he went to doctors. We are not against allopathy, but we want people to believe that while you take allopathy, you need to make lifestyle changes. Because what is the allopathy available for autoimmune conditions? Steroids. And for the right reasons. Steroids are immunosuppressants. If your own immune system is attacking you, an immunosuppressant acts as suppressing the immune system. But we all know that's not going to be good for a long time, including your doctors know that, because we don't want to be with a low-performing immune system, especially in a world like today where we have pandemics and viruses and bacteria. So how could you minimize the steroids over time by building lifestyle through food, exercise, sleep, emotional wellness, and then address the root cause of the problem, remove the root cause, and there you have a person in front of you who is completely in remission today. But not to give false hopes to people. Now, if Aditya changes his lifestyle and the trigger comes back, he can have a flare-up. But if he rechanges it again, the flare-up will go into remission. So that is the hope that we want to give everyone else. But Aditya and ma'am, sir, thank you for joining us today. Aditya, I would like you to start off with, when you first got diagnosed with this, what was going on in your head? How did you feel? What fears did you have? Take us through your journey from then to now, please.
I got this disease in my 9th class and I did not know what is eczema. I just got to know from my dad that it's hereditary. Earlier, when he was in his younger days, he was also suffering from eczema. So at the starting age, I heard from one doctor that it's not eczema, it's psoriasis. So my mom got worried that it's psoriasis. I was like, it's a normal thing for me because there was not any cuts, only there were bruises, there was no bleeding. But later on, coming to 9th and starting of 10th, it was like there were many cuts in my hands and it used to bleed. I was not able to tie my shoes. I was not able to close my buttons or anything. Means I have to have a helping hand always for anything. And I took dummy school in 10th as I was not able to write anything. And it was worthless going to school as there was so much dust and everything. So it used to pain and there were many things like happening. I was not able to eat my tiffin at that time with my hands because if there was any oil or any pickle coming in my hand, then it also used to pain. So I used to take homeopathy, and I remember there was one cream that used to form a layer of skin over the hands. And with the help of bandages and covering the wounds, I gave my 10th books. Later on, when COVID came, and my mom told about this plan of yours, and then there was a first call with Rangini ma'am, and my first question was was with her that how food can help me to heal. And it was a 2 or 3 hour session where she told me everything. And later, after that 1 month, we joined the program. And after joining the program, in 7 days, I left my all allopathic medicines, even the taking one and even the creams one, pills and everything I left. Within 20 days, I saw my results, like minimal results. And within next month, I saw many much better results. And within next 6 months, I got healed. And last year, I got completely healed with cuts. There were no cuts within next 15 days after joining the program. And after 1.5 years, there was no cut and nothing. There was just simple patch on my leg, on my sorry leg not sole, so and on my palm. Then the lifestyle has been followed since now, not 100%, but almost around 80 or 90%.
So Aditya, what lifestyle changes did you make that you think has played a powerful role in your overall healing besides food?
Starting, it was like with the sleep routine. She told me about melatonin, chemical substance which releases between 11 p.m. melatonin and 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. So she asked me to sleep by 12 or 11 and to wake up by 6 o'clock. Then yoga or oxygen, that each and every cell should get oxygen. Then she asked me to take some that lemon water with coconut oil. And then there was this seeds and nuts. Then after eating this much and taking this much of waters and seeds and nuts, there was no stomach left for having breakfast. Then comes that it was summertime, so she asked me to take aam panna.
One fruit. We started with one fruit. Fruit portion was limited, and over that we used to have flex seeds, and then a breakfast as per his appetite, and then followed, because it was summers.
By 12 p.m. it was aam panna to alkaline the stomach, and by 1:30 it was around sabza seeds, and then again one acidic water.
No, alkaline.
Alkaline क्या देखा होता vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar. She asked us, but because he was not able to have it, so she shifted to lemon water or some substitute of that. I'm not able to remember the plan exactly, but then lunch, a wholesome lunch with salad, one dal, one sabji, rice, and if we are having rice,
you can't have roti.
Then we can have, like, she used to teach us the way, please fill your appetite, but chew slowly, take time, enjoy your meal, so that you are able to have that portion control also, you chew it also. Every science was taught to us, and he did it. His father, he will explain you better. He used to sit, because he used to gulp his food initially, but then he used to sit with him in his lunch, and those were COVID times. No servants used to come to our house. I used to cook everything which was required, and both of them used to have lunch together, enjoy their lunch, enjoy their meals in that 20, 25, 30 minutes. And then later on the protocol followed again with water, then shake of date and almond milk. And then it used to change in every 15 days. And then by 8:30, we were told to finish our dinner. Sorry.
So by 7 o'clock,
so everything was provided in the meal. It was not that you used to starve or you have to be kuch nahi mil raha khane ko. No, it was not like that. Meals were incorporated in such a way, they were woven into our lifestyle, very beautifully woven into our lifestyle. If you want to have momo, you can have momo, but the preparation has to be different.
Atta.
So
it has to be atta.
So basically we left maida, we left refined oil, we left white sugar, we left tea, we left coffee, we left dairy. But once in a week,
the alternatives which were provided were helpful. Actually, once you tell anybody, like since Adi has got all right, and the purpose of us joining this meet has always been with us. We always want to help people. Like Adi has been benefited, and we also like to communicate to people so that they also get benefited by these dietary changes, and it can be helpful to them also. But people just fear if we recommend like you'll have to do certain dietary changes, which initially Adi also faced. Like he was very fond of drinking milk and tea also, and like breads and all maida and stuff items. So initially he felt ki, what will I eat? But when the diet plan came and when things were organized, it was nothing like that. It is just mind game for just initial beginning. And once you overcome that mind game and you win over it, things are very easy after that.
Every link was given to us by Ragini ma'am. Ma'am, I'm not able to prepare this. Kindly give me from where will I get the ingredients. She used to give us all the links which were needed. So no worries regarding that. We followed her plan to the T, and every variety was there. He did not have to starve. He did not have to be hungry. The only thing he had to leave was we have to change our basic pantry. We had to leave refined oils. We had to change our sugar. We introduced pink salt in our diet, a combination of pink and iodized salt, as you always suggest. Not one salt has to be taken for long. You just can mix and use it. So those all basic dietary changes, and even he was so with you, but those changes when we applied on ourselves, he lost his weight by 15 kgs. And the energy level, I really tell you, they were awesome. They were awesome. Touch wood.
No, thank you so much for, saying all of that. Aditya, I wanted to go back to one point as well. The cuts got more during your 10th standard. Do you think there was a relation of stress of being in the 10th standard and your condition?
There was
Here,
stress.
I would like to, okay, first.
There was a lot of stress due to her because she used to force me to study and it was wood. She used to ask me to sit for 8 hours, 10 hours directly on the study table, and she used to sit with me also, and she used to post me, and she used to scold me study. So there was a lot of stress over me over 10th, and usually in 10th class there's a stress that you have to score good marks. Though I did not score because of my writing skills, because there were cuts, I was not able to write my paper.
See, I accept my fault. My husband used to tell me, I had written with all the form which you asked us to fill. I had written my whole story. Nothing is hidden from you. This is my fault because I am from maths and science background. My whole purpose was to make him an engineer. And mothers are like that. I was a topper throughout. That I tried to enforce on my son, which got bad so badly or back on me. I now take things as they come. And as you suggested in today's morning video, now you speak a lot on emotional wellness, and that is required. I came out of that box. And the moment I came out of that box of anxiety, how much my son will score, what will I tell my friends? Oh, he's Rashmi's son and he has to score. I came out of that. And the moment I left that, I was again stressed when the results of 10th standards came, but Ragini handled. He was not handled because he did not require. I was to be handled. Right. So I request through your video, I request all the mothers, especially mothers, please don't force anything on your kids. I don't say that just become lenient. No, but it has to be in boundaries. It has to be.
I think I so appreciate your honesty. I mean, I think it's the most beautiful thing that has ever come out on a video with me, because you learned from something. There's no need to feel guilty about it. You went through your journey, the son went through, but at least you've taken a lesson from that. And now you are, because believe me, what you have said, most of the children that we handle with eczema and psoriasis is caused by stress. Adults as well, peer pressure. But the beauty is you never get trained to be a mother. We never get trained to be parents. We make our mistakes. You had a certain mindset, but the good thing is you didn't keep enforcing it. You changed, and believe me, that change made a massive change in Aditya's healing as well, not just nutrition. When the environment of anxiety changed. So I truly appreciate your honesty and your message to people, because it just shows how humble and how much of humility you have to say something like that on a video that many, many people are going to watch. But that is part of the healing. Removing anxiety from the environment is a huge part of the patient's healing. Not that he's a patient anymore.
My elder son also did his bit. My elder son he's 10 years elder to him. And because they have a gap, so siblings are bound to fight. So he also understood. And I asked him, Yash, we had to move out the anxiety out of our house. Those were COVID times. We had our restaurant business closed for 2 years. But not the iota of anxiety was there in our house. We were thankful to God. We are sitting, having our food on table. We are comfortable. We should thank God. Always a sense of gratitude I had developed from your videos and from you, from your team. Though my husband is like that, he is full of gratitude, but I needed to learn that, and I learned it.
Thank you so much. I think that's such a humbling lesson for all of us to learn. Because sometimes we want to drive our own thought processes depending on how we were brought up, who we were, what we achieved as well. So thank you for that message. Uncle, you had a lot of faith, as you had discussed it before, that he will get better. And I want to bring that story out as well, because faith also heals. We know that. While allopathy is necessary, everything is necessary, but faith is one of the most powerful medicines available. So can you tell us where that faith came from and how you instilled it in Aditya's healing?
Actually, my father had asthma and eczema both. And last 20 years of his life were full of both the diseases. Like his whole body had eczema, and we never knew it could be healed. And I repented now we could have got through your videos, or we could have had Luke in our life earlier. So I would have helped him that also. And I really feel sad in regard to that. But my father, I had this asthma in class 7 when I was studying outside. So I was in a boarding school, and I came back to River because of my illness. And gradually I could not get cured, and it was something, I think so, around about when I was 25 years or 27 years old. There was this article in regard to this fish medicine which was given in Hyderabad. So my father told me ki you should go and have that medicine. We are dealing in wholesale medicines also. So I could not trust him. I said ki how can you eat fish and get all right? So he helped me like ki you have number of friends over there. Go and enjoy 2 to 3 days over there and have the medicine also. If it helps, fine. If it doesn't help, fine. So I, being a small boy that time, I had gone there. I took the medicine. But since as a practice, I could control my eating. So there was like a lot of dietary changes which they had asked not to eat certain things. And there were hardly 5-6 things which they told us to eat for 45 days. And I followed that protocol which was provided to us. And miraculously, 80% I was all right. And I followed that treatment for another 2 years. And I'm through with that illness. And I don't have any asthma as for now. So somehow that thing was in my mind. That was also naturopathy. Something like related to, I did not have any drugs. And I could feel there was a lot of this hing in that, and hing.
Got it.
And there was this haldi, turmeric. That two things I could just get it. These two things are there in that medicine. Because of that, and that fish went through that passage, and I could feel something is getting clear. So somehow I had through naturopathy he will be much better, and that is how we started. And there was a lot of science behind you also. It is not all blind like I would go spending so much money and just on belief.
Yeah,
you had all the scientific reasons for everything, and we had gone through your channels as well, and they were all logical.
It was our religiously, we used to sit in the morning with our cup of tea, and I used to call him waking up and come sit with us and please listen to his videos, your videos, right? And his reason of faith is different, but my reason of being faith on you is you speak with such gravity, with such depth. I had to follow you. I had to follow with such logics and with such scientific reasonings behind it. Yes, we had to listen to you. Yes, if you change your lifestyles, all the hormones, all the cellular level is going to change. Because allopathy also, I wouldn't say we have a pharma background, and in spite of being from a pharma background, my father-in-law used to believe in homeopathy. So that was also, he never took allopathic except for some inhalers when much needed. Otherwise, he used to believe in homeopathy. So that was in our family. Yes, alternative medicine is there if we change ourselves.
That's brilliant.
And I got that faith from your videos. And then Ragini used to tell us about manifestations. Very powerful. I used to speak in his ears when he used to say, I won't speak. But I used to say, see, you're going to become healthy. You'll have a very fine skin. You'll lose all the weight. You will be a handsome boy. I know that. And I used to speak it in his ears while sleeping. And that slowly got into my subconscious brain. Yes, he's going to be fit. He's going to be healthy. And now he has given his 12 boards and on set for his further journey in his life. But he knows what to eat, what not to eat, where to maintain that moderation, as you always say.
No, thank you so much. I think you all are both pillars of strength in Aditya's recovery. But Aditya, I had a question for you. So if you had a message to give people out there who are suffering from eczema and, the same condition that you went through, what advice would you give them, from your experience, what advice would you give these people? What hope would you give them?
See, as I have earlier told that there was stress in my life, but rather than stress, there is dietary habits also. So my dietary habits was not good at all. I used to have cold coffee, tea all day as there were boards. And for 3 months or 6 months, in 9th even, I used to have black coffee. I thought it's healthier, but with a lot of sugar. And later on, I was near, when I got my blood test, when Ragini ma'am asked for blood test, I was near to get diabetes. Border level. I was at a border level. If it had been late, I would have got diabetes till then. So dietary habits and stress have to be controlled. And I'm also an anxiety person, like mom. I'm also an anxiety person. That things has to be done now. I have controlled that also. She used to say and ask me to manifest, and with her, I used to manifest with her that I will get cured, and that helped me with the exercises. He used to do yoga. No, yoga not, but running and walk with me. As there was COVID days, so there was complete lockdown. So he was completely with me all day, and he used to wake me up. I asked me to eat this. Mom used to just go because he asked mom not to scold me, and as he's a patience person, he used to deal with me in each and every condition.
Like post-meal walking, we used to walk in house. Yeah, we could walk till the road. Like it was all like exercise and all the dietary plans which were told to us, exercises and sleep routine. It all helped us.
Right. So lifestyle, basically it comes down to lifestyle.
Lifestyle, diet and stress has to be controlled.
Stress, absolutely. No, so I think Aditya, you pretty much covered it. Every protocol that we have to treat anyone with autoimmune usually revolves around there is some amount of anxiety, some amount of dietary changes. Either someone is overtraining or under exercising, and sleep issues. So it comes down to the basic fundamentals of the body. If you maintain the fundamentals, the body looks after you. If you get a condition, you have to first correct the fundamentals before you look for complicated solutions. But Aditya, I wish you well for all of your career choices that you make. And I think you'll have a lot of people reaching out to you once this video is out there. And I hope you can continue to inspire them and make a difference in their life. Because as we can clearly see today, this is not a disease. This is a condition that can go into remission. And people with autoimmune conditions, depending on how far it's progressed or where it's reached, they can get better. And that's what we want people to believe in. There is no magic drug. There is no magic superfood. There is no magic vaccination to take care of any disease. It is a requirement of everything. Good allopathy, good nutrition, good lifestyle, and a good environment. I like what ma'am said. She made sure that there was no more anxiety in the house after she realized and made the changes, which means you created an environment for Aditya to actually heal.
Yes, so I think tried our best.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing example.
Yes. I would like to mention here about Karishma's story. It is
Okay.
there in your Karishma story. It is there on your FB page, and you type #psoriasis and you get that girl. I talked to her mother, and she guided me very well. She said, "Go ahead."
She was helpful and urgent.
She was, so I should definitely I would like to thank her also, because if she would have hidden, I would not have known about her journey. And that's why I want to reach to maximum people so that they come out of this very beautifully and there's nothing difficult. It's so easy. It's so easy. We have to go back to our roots. We have to go back to clean lifestyle. That's it is required. Nothing less, nothing more.
Thank you. I think this is the highest form of gratitude that anyone can show, where you benefited, you made changes and you want to help other people. And I think that's the reason I do videos every day, because I benefit from it. I learn and I want to share it. And I think what you all are doing is the highest form of gratitude, where you're taking your own experience and you are now inspiring so many people out there who are going to get hope from everything that every one of you have said. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for doing this for us. It really means a lot. And I wish all of you the best always. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thanks, Aditya.
God bless you. With happiness always.
Thank you.